Well, welcome to another episode of Juice Moose TV. We are still working on project, I hate to say the name, Barbie Jeep. Today, we're going to work on polishing the wheels up a little bit since I have repainted it. The interior is half in, just so you guys know. I'm still waiting on the shifter part. The Ford 8.8 rear end is in. Kind of a funny story about that. It's got basically we have Chevy engine orange on the Ford caliper, which is in a Jeep. Kind of a funny joke there. I sure hope that's going to clear, man, when I'm going up and down on rocks. Oof. I know the old diff cover hit, but it had that big fat armor on it. Anyway, driveline's installed. Emergency brake cables. Beautiful things from East Coast Gear Supply. Anyway, that's all done. So, let's talk about the wheels. Normally, I really don't give a shit about the wheels, but I want it to look pretty one time. If you go rock crawling, you're going to get all this curb rash. It is inevitable, okay? Don't really care about that. I'm just going to smooth it out. It's going to happen again. It's going to keep happening. It's not going to stop, okay? Anytime you're on the rocks, you're going to slide. Whether you have bead locks or just, rims, you're going to get them fucked up. However, I like to polish them, make it look pretty at least one time. So, this isn't going to be an extensive wheel repair video. There's much more better videos out there than mine. This is just chronologued more for me and maybe my daughter, since she may drive this one day. Who knows? I mean, California, no. Gas cars will be off the road by the time she's driving, I think. Anyway, what tools do you need? Let's go over that. If you have a very steady hand, you can use an electric grinder, okay? I prefer a flapper wheel, but since I'm not taking the tires off, which is the best way to do this repair, by the way, and polish, we will be using just your regular old mini orbital sander. We will start with 60 grit and work our way all the way down to 220. This is what I use for polish. You can get these, again, Harbor Freight. These spin fast enough. Don't sit there and try to use a fucking electric drill. Although an air drill probably would work, but it doesn't go fast enough, a drill. So you need a little bit of money, but if you're going to keep your rims polished and keep them nice, if you have a lot of trucks like I do, a lot of cars like I do, it's worth the investment to have the polisher. Probably won't ever use this again. Maybe a year from now, or maybe 2 or 3 seasons of rock crawling, I will grind the rims down again. But I mean, there's only so much lip there, right? So how long before you grind it down, there's nothing left and you gotta buy a new rim. But this is a good option. Again, if you have steady hands and a flapper disc, you can use this, but I don't recommend it if the tire's on the car. I really recommend just taking your time. Use 36 grit on a hard one, but 80 grit works fine. It's just soft aluminum. And just kind of smooth it out. As far as chemicals are concerned, I use rubbing compound like you would for a car. That's what's in this bottle. And then I use number 2 rubbing compound like you would on a car. And I use number 3 like you would on a car. It works just fine. As we go along, if I find some more tricks, I'll show them to you. As usual, I don't have a tripod. I don't have a camera person. So I'm just going to explain the job and show you the job as I go. All right, so what we've done is we've used the 80 grit, and that's pretty good. I mean, guys, this is not a mall pounder. This is actually used on rocks, okay? So there's gonna be imperfections. You can take a Dremel grinder if you want to make it all perfect, but it's just gonna happen the first time I wheel again. These little spots are gonna come back. This one right here is pretty deep in the middle of the rim, or the edge of the rim right here. But I've minimized it. It looks so bad. Again, if you had a Dremel, you could clean that up. Better yet, take the tire off the rim and use a flapper wheel, and you can kind of concave it and knock that down. Again, not a mall pounder. This actually goes on rocks. Not bad. So what we did was we used the 80 grit. We used 100. We used 150. And now we're hand sanding it with 180, which we've already done. And now we're going to use 220. And we're going to sand that lip down some more. And we're going to work on some of these little chingaderos. That's a big chingadero right there. That's going to be what it is. We're also going to take out some of these little swirl marks where when you're grinding, they kind of pop up. We're going to knock those down with 180. Then we're going to knock it down with 220, 320, and then we're going to go to 600. Then we're going to go to 800. Then we're going to hit the whole rim with 2,000. And if I have any 3,000, we'll hit the whole rim with 3,000, and then we'll polish it. But that's where it stands right now. It's actually not bad. But all these sagging scratches right here got to come down more. So we're at 180 right now. Again, we're going to go to 220, 320. I don't have any 400, so we're going to go straight to 600 and 800 on all this stuff right here. Again, this edge right here, I'm pretty much done with it. I don't really care at this point anymore. Normally I have, if we were at work, and I'm not at work, I'm at home, I actually have sandpaper that fits that little round disc, and I would just keep sanding with the sanding, what other thing's called, little drill looking thing, the sander, the polisher. However, I can hand sand this because, again, we're not making show quality right here. We're just making it look better, and from 5 feet away it's going to actually look pretty damn fucking good. Okay, so I'll come back to you the next segment. Okay, so now we've done all the heavy sanding. We're now down to wet sanding with 1500. Now we're going to sand the whole inside of the room at 2000. But now as we kind of go on and look and say, how good do we want the room to look? If you want the rim to look perfect, then you probably want to take out that little scratch right there. If you can see it in the camera, it's kind of hard to see. There's some scratch, see those sand scratches right there? And you see the little swirls up here. If you want all that stuff out, then you got to go back to, probably in my case, 220, 320, and work my way back up to 1500 to get that out. Do I care? Like I said, not really. But overall, like, look at, that minimized quite a bit. The edge of the rim looks decent. I mean, from 5 feet away, it's going to look fine. Again, see a little spot there. Little spot there. I haven't hit it with 2000 yet, but 2000 is not going to cover that. 2000 is not going to cover that scratch right there. If I want it out, I got to go back with a heavier grit and work my way back. But overall, for a four-wheel drive rim that's going to get all effed up again, because it's not bad. Again, if you want it to be perfect, take the tire off, and you can, take all this type of stuff out with a flapper. But, not bad. It's passable. This is not a show vehicle. It's not a daily driven vehicle. It's a backup vehicle, and it's just for camping and, medium to light off-road use. But, yeah. So that's what she looks like. So I'll go ahead and show you what the 2000 looks like next. And then I'll take lunch. I'm getting hungry. Okay, so we have hit the entire inside of the rim with 2000, knocking off heavy shit, water spots, the usual stuff. Probably could have hit it with 1000 and 15, and then 2. Normally I would go 3, but I'm not trying to polish it to a mirror. I'm just trying to polish it so it looks prettier. Remember that big old chingadero? It's reduced quite a bit. Most of the edges are reduced quite a bit. Again, that could have been taken down all the way with a flapper and the tire off. But, hey, It's 4-wheel drive, I keep telling you guys. So all that's left now is to kind of let it, the condensation evaporate off. It's a very cold day today too. And we'll start with compound number 1 and we'll take a look at it then. So using your number 1 compound, you just kind of work your way around the edge there, since that's one of your more high visibility areas. As you can see, it's already shining up. Again, I'm not looking for a mirror finish, I'm just looking for a nice clean aluminum finish. You can still see obviously some of the little scratches and chips from rocks hitting, but it looks a lot better. So I'll go ahead and use number 1 on the whole thing here, and I'll show what it looks like. Alright, so we continue to polish. It's pretty messy, definitely not clean work. But it's coming out pretty good for an old rim that she is. And you know, for what I'm trying to do here, I'm not trying to make show, I'm just trying to make it look, you know, better than it was. But yeah, you see some of that shine coming out. This is all compound number 1. I'm going to clean it up and go to compound number 2 with a different head. And then we'll do 3. We'll clean it up. I'll give you a shot of that. And then there'll be one more extra step. One more polish we'll put on it with a different wheel. And that's as good as they're going to get. So I'll be back. Alright, so that's step number 2. Now we're going to run some step number 3 on it. It's definitely got a nice sheen to it. I don't see too many scratches. There's a few. That's not imperfection, that's just dirt. Yeah, it's just coming right along. Number 3 compound. Alright, so now we've polished it with number 3. Now we'll wash the rim with soap and water and gauge how she looks. I don't think she's going to look that like, you know, she's going to look good. She's not going to look brand new, but she's going to look way better. Considering this rim has been on here, I don't know, longer than 2005. I mean, this is an 89 Jeep Wrangler. I'm not going to say these rims were put on in 1989, but they're definitely up there. Somewhere between 89 and 05 for sure. I'm going to wash it up and then dry it, show you my last step. Alright, that is a nice looking old rim. Could have done a better job around the valve stem. Yeah, okay. Bust me on that. I'll pay attention on the next 3 wheels. But goddamn, that big old chingadero got pretty small. The edges look good. I can almost see my reflection. I mean, you know, for a rim that's this freaking old, you know, 2005 or older, I mean, this could have all been like treated as well, but I don't think you'll see it when the center cap is on. Not going to be as good as if you took it down to a professional polishing place and spent 75 bucks, 100 bucks a rim, but not bad, guys. Not bad. So now my last step is I'm going to put some more polish on it. I'll use this Mother's polish with that red goofy wheel that comes with it and give it a one more once around. But man, they're smooth, no contaminations at all, like a baby's butt. But yeah, so basically I will show you the last step, and we're going to call this video done. I'm hoping this air drill is fast enough. That's the Mother's ball. And mix the polish up. And this is the last step. And then I can later on wash the wheel again with soap and water. Armor all the tire later and all that crap. So here we are, the final outcome. Now what I'll do is I'll put some more of that wheel polish on, let it dry, and then wipe it off with microfiber, just like waxing your car. Same thing. Don't know if I'm going to paint inside these holes black. I might. It would be simple as just, you know, duct tape, or actually masking tape over it, cut it out with a razor and just spray paint them. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Again, you can still see some of the funk down here. Oh, you can see my reflection. You can still see some of this shit right here. Most likely that's not going to come out without a lot of grinding and polishing. The big stuff, you know, it's hardly noticeable, especially from 5 feet away. You know, some of the stuff you really can't see it at all. Like, that's really hard to see. That's easy to see, I suppose. But again, I'd have to have the tire off. But you know, for an old rim, and it's just going to get screwed up the minute I get on the trail next summer, they're going to get all scratched up again and thrashed again. I'd say it's an improvement. It's something that I would do every 2 years, maybe every 5 years, depending on how bored I am. Or if I'm already taking off the tires for something else, for brakes, or for, God forbid, axle problems. But you know, overall, yeah, this is what she looks like. I hope you enjoyed this video and my annoying compressor. And hopefully this helps somebody. This isn't professional work, but it looks pretty freaking good. You know, for a home job. You know, you want to do it yourself, you want to buy some tools, you want to invest the money, and you want to do your rig. You know, every couple years you want to do your buddies' rigs, you know, for pizza and beer. Just to kind of, you know, clean them up once in a while, because some of these are street driven. This isn't really street driven as much anymore. It will be again, but not every day like it used to be. Now it's just a backup car and a fun car for the girls to go riding around the top off. So this concludes this portion of the Barbie Jeep. Ugh. And I still have 3 more wheels to go. Fuck my life. Thumbs up if you liked it. If you don't, oh well. Yeah, I almost forgot to add the supplement. Sorry guys. This is the new center caps. Now, they don't fit. So you have to use this attachment. They sell it at Harbor Freight. Chinese garbage. Use an air drill and just go ahead and, you know, grind this thing out. It doesn't take much. It's almost there, just a little bit more and it'll go right in. And I've already done 2 of them, and I realized I forgot to add this to it. So that's the tool you need. That's the part number at 4-Wheel Auto Parts, just in case yours are destroyed like mine were. Hope you enjoyed the video.